Wild WALFORD EastEnders viewers compare Mick Carter to Gary Cooper as he returns to the Queen Vic for a high noon-style showdown with evil Aidan. Fans of the show were convinced Mick looked like he was preparing for a gunfight in the Wild West. EastEnders viewers compared Mick Carter to Gary Cooper as he returned to the Queen Vic for a high noon-style showdown with evil Aidan. Fans of the show were convinced the scene was ripped straight from a western as Mick ditched Linda and strode through the square to watch the clock tick down to the deadline. Mick had arranged to meet Aidan in a pub to finally sort out their differences, and the family feared it would end very badly for Mick. One by one his pals deserted him, so the Carters decided to lock up the pub and flee Walford rather than face Aidan and his henchmen. However, Mick changed his mind at the last minute and told Linda he had left his wallet on the bar. He urged her to go on without him while he went back for it, and strode through Albert Square like a man on a mission as he headed back home again. Once there, Mick poured a drink, sat down and waited for the clock to tick down to 8 p.m. Viewers flocked to Twitter to point out the similarities with 1952 Western starring Gary Cooper. At one point, Mick and Linda danced in the pub before fleeing, and it looked strikingly similar to a scene featuring Cooper and his leading lady Grace Kelly. One viewer tweeted, "Danny Dyer is the new Gary Cooper in the high noon of the East End #EastEnders." Another wrote, "It's gone all high noon on #EastEnders." A third added, #EastEnders Mick doing a Gary Cooper, everyone bailing on him. One more tweeted, "That was quite the powerful walk to the Vic." Yet the Carters are solidified as family numero uno in #EastEnders now. It's like a Wild West saloon shootout. This is the payoff the show has needed in years. Another joked that all they needed was some music by film score great Ennio Morricone, who provided music for Sergio Leone's classic westerns including The Good, the Bad and the Ugly and Once Upon a Time in the West. The viewer wrote, "All that's missing is some Ennio Morricone music." #EastEnders, EastEnders.